Well, hello, Bronco Nation, and welcome back to the Bronco Country Roundup studio. This is going to be a special edition, a Bronco Country Roundup recruiting edition. This is a new thing that the boss behind the scenes, Kevin, has kind of given me permission to do. Um, I'm gonna bring on Boise State's current commits, and we're gonna get to know them a little bit better. These are 17, 18-year-old guys that are living the prime of their life, man. This is the best time, and I want them to be able to share their story and for you to get to know them before they even get to the blue. I mean, these are going to be the next stars. So let's get started. The first edition of Bronco Country Recruiting is Josiah Alanis. Did I say that right, Josiah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. All right, buddy. Josiah, 6'2", 180. Is that where are we sitting these days?
I'm sitting like 185 now, but the
All
last
right.
time I came in, I think I measured the same 185, and Coach Stock actually called me a little bit heavy, so I don't know what
Oh,
yeah, so
Stock is calling you out, man. I dig
yeah.
it. That's good. You got to have that. You got to have a coach that'll do that to you, bud. So we at 24/7 Sports have you an 87 rating. You're out of Evergreen High School in Vancover, Washington, and I can't thank you enough for joining me today, bud.
Absolutely.
So, just to get started here, you had your official visit for the Wazoo game, correct?
Right.
And what a great game that was for you to be
It
there.
was great.
I've been a Bronco fan for 30 plus years. That was one of the best atmospheres I've ever seen in Bronco Nation. So I'm glad that you got to experience that. And then you came back last week for the Nevada game, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Talk to me about that. What was your takeaway from both of those visits, and who was your host, and kind of who'd you get to know?
So I'm gonna start with the Wazoo game. With
Yep.
my official. I had Shaw and Brandon Jones hosting me, and that was awesome. I'm pretty sure it was like at the time it was the largest attendance in Bronco like history. So like crowd was crazy, atmosphere was crazy. It was like kind of like the new rivalry with us going into the Pac-12. So we'll see those guys a lot. Once I start playing them, but
Right.
and then Nevada, that was crazy too. Like for like it being Nevada, them being 3-3, they're kind of off to a slow start. They're not really like Mountain West champion contenders. Like even that game was packed. Like you know how you see like little speckles of like empty seats. Like there was none of that.
Absolutely. This new administration is packing that stadium better than I've ever seen. So you are joining on right at the right time. Now we did have an interview before, and I understand that you had a little celebration on your visit. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. So it was my birthday on the 9th last Saturday.
How
So
old are you?
18. I just turned 18.
To be 18 again. Yeah. And they had a birthday cake and everything for you?
Oh yeah, Coach Stock brought me. It was like super dark room. They had like the candles lit. I thought I was like in trouble or something. They came back. It was just like a birthday cake.
That's good stuff. Okay, what's your favorite kind of cake?
Shoot, it was actually red velvet. They did have my favorite
Hey.
cake. That was
Oh
crazy.
boy. They couldn't I mean red so just so you know, us as media members are not allowed to wear red into the Bronco.
Oh no,
So I'm like, what? Because of Fresno? But all right, you can't do blue velvet, I guess.
yeah.
So what stood out to you? What made you think, man, I made the right choice coming in at Boise State when you took that visit?
Well, I'd already been like committed before, so that like just
Right.
absolutely like solidified me. But really, just like the whole atmosphere. Like that morning when we got there, just like sitting down and eating breakfast with all the guys that were already committed, and when like Coach D just came in the room, and when he met my family, and my grandma don't like too many people. She's kind of old and grumpy. So when she was sitting down smiling talking to Coach D, I was like, okay, like I made the right decision.
Grandma's always got to be looking out for her grandson. So
Absolutely.
got to weed those bad ones out. I love that. All right, so you're coming in as a safety. Boise State plays a lot of safeties, man.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself fitting in? And what have you talked to Coach Stockton about?
I've talked to Coach Stock about I've actually talked to Coach Collins about moving to outside backer once I get bigger, but that's down the road. I think I'll come in at like a free. I'm super long, so he might move me to corner. I might gain some weight. I might go to nickel. So I really have no idea. I just want to get on the field, help the team win.
Well, that's always a good problem to have. It's better to have too many options than too few, right? So Boise State, this season has had a ton of DBs blitzing and getting sacks. Oladipo has something like 6 sacks or something. Does that are you all about that? Does that kind of make it even more attractive to come to Boise State?
Absolutely. My high school, I think it was like week 7, we installed my safety blitz. I play like 10 yards off in the middle. So if that quarterback rolls out, he's mine.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about your skill set. I have some highlights, some of your highlights, just about a minute. We're gonna talk over it. I'm gonna have you talk through it, but I'm gonna turn some of those on. What makes you special on the field? What did Boise State look at and say, I need that player?
Well, me and Brandon just talked about he said that I have things that can't be coached, like my explosiveness and like my athleticism. But at the same time, he did say that I was a little raw when we worked out. So there's a lot of things I need to work on. I feel like that's just how colleges, you know what I'm saying, they recruit, they see the potential in guys, and they're obviously the best coaches. So, they think that they can turn a little into a lot.
Absolutely. What all positions did you play in high school?
Some of these clips are actually outside backer.
Yeah.
But I played safety. As you can see right now, I'm playing that middle nickel kind of. But I played safety, outside backer, and then that middle strong safety.
So this is one of my favorite clips right here because it shows how unique your talent is. You are returning a punt here.
Oh, this is actually only my mid-season. I got a crazier clip I could show you.
Well, we might have to set that up some other time. All right. I just went to your Twitter account and got a little clip just so we could all get an idea. But outside linebacker, safety, and returning punts. I mean, that's a wide skill set. How much do you enjoy special teams? Whether that be returning punts, coverage, blocking for them?
Actually, after that clip you just showed was a blocked punt, I'm pretty sure. So special teams means a lot. I'm super close with my special teams coordinator now because he's the head coach for track. But he's just instilled how important special teams is. You got to win all 3 phases of the game, and you've seen it at Oregon when they play. Like, you can lose games because of special teams. Like, it's do or die.
Absolutely, we've definitely noticed that this season. Do you play NCAA 25?
Absolutely.
I'm crossing my fingers here. Hopefully, it's Boise State.
Yeah.
All right, attaboy. Obviously, I'm hoping you're going to be on that. You're going to opt into that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh boy, what do you think is going to be your highest rated skill?
We did talk about this. I didn't go back and look at the specific, but I think it's called like some type of awareness.
Field awareness, I believe.
Yeah. I'm not the fastest, not the strongest, but I think I can be in the right spots.
That's more than half the battle, quite honestly. Putting yourself in the correct position on the field it makes everything easier. So I appreciate that. That's a good self-evaluation, in my opinion, because I've asked that other guys that, and they say, "Oh, my speed or my throwing ability," and that's all. Hey, that's true, but self-awareness and field awareness are just as important. So I love that. Is there any particular or any player that you kind of emulate or want to be like?
We talked about this too. JL, baby. Dude, he's a hammer.
He is. JL Skinner, absolutely. Playing for the Denver Broncos right now, carving out a role, and has a very bright future and played great on the blue. I can see you're not quite as tall.
Oh yeah, he like 6'3". Actually, I don't know. I might on paper I'm
He's like
6'2", but
6'4", my man.
I'm out here growing though. I'm drinking my milk.
See? Got drink that milk. All right, let me look it up real fast. I didn't do this part. JL Skinner, 6'4".
Yeah,
You
he's
keep
6'4".
drinking that milk, dude. I want you to be 6'4". All right. So JL's here. That's a great player to emulate there. So let's step back into your recruiting before you committed to Boise State.
Right.
First off, what offers do you currently have?
So I've only got offers at camp. Like I've never been offered just based off of like my film or my grades. Because to be honest, coming out of high school, I had like last year, my junior year, I had like a 2.6. So this year has really been crazy for like myself academically. So I only got offered from Montana State before Boise offered me.
But you got that 2.6 up, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Boy.
When I came and talked to Coach D, he was like, "Listen, man, I'm not gonna offer you because of your grades." He was like, "You gotta lock in." So I hit them books when I got back to the coup.
Coach D, he walks the walk, but he talks the talk as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
He does a lot of coach speak, but I've seen from behind the scenes he holds you to it as well. So you gotta love that about him. All right. So when did you first come into contact with Boise State?
It was during their junior day. I think that was in like July of this year.
And you went to camp. You must have had a good performance.
Oh yeah.
Did they offer you immediately?
Yeah. They offered me like when the camp was done.
Okay. And how much time did you have to think it over, ponder before you pulled the trigger and committed?
Actually, none, because before that we had like a meeting and we were just like talking about like what I needed to do and in order to get the offer. So I was in contact with Coach D and Coach Collins and Coach Stock for like months before the camp. So I already knew I just had to go there and, you know what I'm saying, prove them right.
Just earn it. That's all you can do. So we kind of spoke about it a little bit. You're coming into Boise State at a very interesting time, going into the Pac-12. What effect did Boise State going into the Pac-12 have on your recruitment?
Really none. You know, that happened after I committed. So, and I feel like with the way that the 12-team college football playoff is now, you know, they're the group of 5 that's going to go every year. So I feel like it just even better solidifies our spot into the playoffs, and we might get a better bowl game.
Absolutely. So we're recording this on Saturday morning before the San Jose State game.
All right.
You're gonna watch the game, right?
Oh yes, at 4:00.
4? Yeah. Yep. Give me a score prediction on the game. What do you think?
So Stock was talking about their slot receiver. He's got like the most touchdowns, yards, and everything. So he'll probably get like maybe 1, and then they'll probably have some like a special team, but they are home, so I'll throw in like a 21. We're gonna definitely be in the 40s, so like a 21-43.
Have you ever met Ashton Genty?
Nah. I mean, we've like crossed paths before, but I feel like, yeah, I'm saying he's big Genty, so you know I'm not trying to like disturb him or nothing.
I know how that feels. When I'm in that building, and if I see him, I'm like, hey, how can I help you feel better? Need a massage or something? Like, how can I make sure you're ready to go next week?
I kind of get a little like starstruck when I see like Shea and like just like low key just any of the safety guys, because that's who I'm gonna be in a year. So like it's just like those are the guys I look up to.
What about Ty Benefield, Buck Benefield? What are your thoughts on him?
So I don't know. I feel like Shea he big time me the last time I was out there, but we didn't really talk. I wasn't even offered. So Ty did give me a little piece of information when I asked him. I was like, because he does like a mix between like a T step and like a bicycle break, like. And so I was like, man, how do you just get out your break? And he was like, we was chopping it up, and he was telling me about that. But like Shay, like he's just such a big influence with his connection with God, So that was like I was like meeting a celebrity. Like it was crazy.
Yes, he is always the last one to leave that end zone, saying a prayer before the game. How much did Danielson is very outspoken about his faith,
Right.
and I rubbed some people the wrong way. How much did that affect your interest in the Boise State program?
It honestly boosted it because the first time I even got there was the junior day. Immediately we started talking about a relationship with God. Like he like just the whole team mentality is what I'm saying, just being close with God and being in tune with the Word. Shout out Dominic Calhoun, by the way. He's got like a YouTube channel where he talk about the Word.
Is that right?
Inspiring. It's crazy.
Huh. To check that out.
Absolutely.
All right, your senior season's done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd that go? Let's just start there.
I'd say it was a success. We went 8-2, first league championship in like 17 years. So I was like 1 year old the last time we won this league. But just I feel like we fell short in playoffs. But like there's more football to be played for me, so I can't really focus on it too much.
Absolutely. What did you improve on this senior season? What do you think the biggest jump was from junior to senior season?
Honestly, just like executing my 1 of 11. If you're trying to do somebody else's job, then you're gonna mess up yourself. So really just embodying my role in the defense and on special teams and helping the team win.
Absolutely, and that 111 is something that we hear a ton. Being a Boise State fan, and I think it really speaks to you and shows where your head is. That's what you're worried about. It's just 111. Just worry about what you're going to do and let everybody else take care of that, and that's going to help you get into this program and play faster. In my opinion,
Absolutely.
great. What are your goals for your coming into your freshman season? You're going to come in during the fall, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What are your goals for your true freshman season?
Really just getting good grades and just help the team win as much as I can. Whether it be like playing scout, I'm helping the ones, or even if I don't redshirt, just getting on the field and doing my job, making plays.
Absolutely. All right. This final question. I gave you a little heads up before this.
I was thinking about it. This question. I was like, man, when is this going to come up?
So it's going to be something. I'm a 34-year-old guy. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I got a 2-year-old kid. I am not hip at all. I'm not up on anything that's cool. So as I start these interviews, I want to learn. So give me a new phrase that I can use to impress the younger generation.
Does that have to be like something that means something, or could it be like a
It's up to you, whatever you want, as long as it is clean.
Okay. Shoot. I guess this is older. Like this is not even a new one, but trim.
All right, say that again.
Trim, like TRIM.
What context am I using that in?
Like if something is like clean, or like, oh yeah, like that's hella, like that's cool, like that's trim.
I like that.
Like that background with the Bronco, that's trim.
Is this trim?
That's trim.
This is trim. I love it. That's awesome. All right. I've never been called trim in my life, but I'm going to use it. And this is trim. So for the record, for everybody knows. All right. Josiah, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you joining me today. I'm excited to see you on the field. I'm going to be in the building doing some media interviews. If you ever see me, please.
I got you.
Come dab me up or whatever y'all call it these days. And I'm excited to see you on the blue. All right, buddy?
Hell yeah.
All right. And as always, go Broncos.
Go Broncos, baby.